All right. I am totally normal right now. So the current time is like 4:30 p.m. as I'm recording this, right? And I just got done watching a lot of stuff from the New York Comic Con. I was watching the Big City Green stuff. I watched the Owl House panel, and I also saw the Mario movie, and I'm going to talk about it all, but I'm going to talk about the thing that I talk about the most on this channel, or I guess second most really, and that's the Owl House. So, we got some new clips from thanks to them. We actually got the entire first 6 minutes revealed at the New York Comic Con, only to the people there though. If you were watching on stream, you could only hear the audio, so... Okay, so while editing, I learned that this is only halfway true. The first 6 minutes are actually uploaded onto YouTube. Somebody in the crowd did take a video of it, even though they were asked not to. So, there is some really interesting stuff in there. I've seen it. I won't be discussing what's in it unless they release it further. I'll probably still be talking about this. Still have a few more videos on this, so I can make a follow-up video to this if they do release it later. But I will not be talking about it in this video. There's some really good stuff in there, though. There's one montage that just has so much in it, and I want to talk about it so badly, but I want to respect the creator's wishes, so I won't talk about it here for now. It's basically right where we left off at the end of Season 2. And it shows Luce, coming home to her mother, and we see the gang sort of getting acclimated to Luce's new home. So the two clips that have released so far, at least at the time of recording, are Hunter and Gus down in the basement, I imagine, setting up a temporary room for them, and then we have Willow and Amity upstairs as well, just kind of chatting with V. And we also have a clip of Luce and Hunter discussing what happened in Hollow Mind and when they're going to tell the group, which is stuff I was theorizing about, and I'm really glad to be able to see that. But at the end of the clips, it played a very nice remix theme of the Owl House's opening. And it was 2 minutes long, I want to say. It was pretty long. And then it ended with the little swoosh where you hear the title card. So I'm imagining there was a montage of time passing, because obviously there is a time skip. So what I'm guessing, there's some sort of montage, because there wouldn't be an entire opening for the entire Season 3, I wouldn't think. Or maybe there's a short of it, I don't know. I'm guessing there was a little montage. Unfortunately, we were unable to see it, but either way, there was this really cool remix song. And we're going to find out in 10 days anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, discussing these clips, we did not get to see any Season 3 designs yet. And during the Comic-Con, Dana and the team could not reveal anything about Season 3 as well. Any single time you asked, they just had this running gag of you should go tune on the show on October 15th on 9 p.m. on Disney Channel and Disney XD. It was pretty funny. I'm going to talk more about the panel later. It was good stuff. We had Dana there, who's the creator of the show, and then we had the voice actors for Luce, Amity, Hunter, King Hootie with Alex, and Lilith. They were just very fun. Alex even brought a little Hootie plush sort of thing. I don't know. There were some fun questions to be asked. It was a good time. But these new clips are really cool because we already get to see one thing that I really wanted to see. I was talking about how I wanted to see more of Gus freaking out about human stuff. And apparently that actually was confirmed because there was more content besides these clips that was shown off during the Comic-Con. There were these concept arts and drawings. There was one that was revealed on stream, and I think I'm not going to show it. I do have it. It's just an image of Gravesfield. It's nothing super insane. And it's just a human town. That's really it. It's just an extended view of Gravesfield. I'm not going to show it up on the screen, but it's pretty standard. It's kind of what you would expect, and it looks nice, but they didn't want us to show those because apparently it was only for the people who actually went to the con, so I'll respect the creator's wishes there. But the rest of the stuff, we could only hear them talk about. And one thing that we heard them talk about was giraffes, and how there was the running gag of giraffes, and how Gus wants to reunite everybody with the giraffes. So apparently, that's going to be able to happen. So the Gus me at the zoo joke might be able to happen, which I'm so happy for, because I was making that joke, and I was talking about how I want to see Gus freak out about more human things. We see him playing with bubble wrap, which is just adorable. So, I don't know, it's going to be really fun, and it seems like this episode is also going to be, since it's, it's around Halloween time, it's the month of Spooktober, we're going to get some very spooky stuff happening this episode. I think even in the beginning of the Owl House remix, we hear wolves howling, which wolves howling is very standard when it comes to sort of spooky Halloween stuff. So you hear those wolves in the background. So I imagine we're gonna see some more stuff about that. But the main things that are happening is that the gang is getting acclimated to the new human realm, and Luz is kind of talking with her mother. They fill in Camila on the details as well. They talk about Belos, how he's a monster, and there's a really nice scene that we don't get to see on camera, but it's Luz talking to Camila, saying that, oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have run away, I know it was wrong, but I had to stay, and I'm so sorry about, like, that I didn't tell you and that I lied. And then Camila is actually really understanding, where she just says, hey, we'll have time to talk later, it's okay. For now, you're home and you're safe. I feel like this first 6 minutes is kind of like a breather, where the characters just get a second to just like talk about things, where they're filling in Camila on the details about Belos and the Collector, and how about she's home but her friends aren't. Then we get a funny scene with Willow and Amity freaking out about an alarm clock, where V's trying to teach them, like, hey, look, this is a regular alarm clock, it doesn't scream or anything, and then they just break it because they think it's like a bomb or something. I don't know. It's some funny stuff, and even Camila's reaction is so funny. Speaking of Camila, I think another thing they talked about in the concept art that we were unable to see is that they were showing off like designs for characters. I think they showed off Luz, Hunter, I think, as well. Apparently Hunter has like a pocket for Flapjack. That's what they were saying. Or I have to say Flatback. It's the running joke on the channel. He has a pocket for Flatback in his on his shirt, I think. I don't know. It's like pocket Flatback. And then Camila apparently has like cat socks or something. So it's like, we'll never be, it says it's not visible like during the season or whatever, so it's just in like the concept art. And this makes me want, like, after the show is over, I want to see like an art book for the Owl House. Like going from like season 1, season 2, season 3, seeing all like the changes of the characters. And they were talking about how Luz's design was very like anime in this concept art, because she had been through so much, right? She has been through so much trauma and ordeals. So it just makes sense that she's sort of this, not really edgy teenager, but she's a lot more mature and maybe not as optimistic after months of trying to get her friends back. And she could feel very responsible that her friends are trapped there with her, right? Because why does Luz? Because Luz might feel that she is responsible for getting her friends home. She might be home, but her friends aren't. And maybe she takes that responsibility on herself. I'm not really sure. But regardless, I love what we're seeing in these clips, and the Comic-Con was absolutely amazing getting to hear them all talk. And it felt very emotional too. You could definitely tell there were a lot of emotions. They talked about the struggles with the pandemic and how there were lots of like low points and struggles creating this show and not really getting to reap the rewards because they've never been able to have panels like this due to the pandemic. I think they said this is their first and last panel that they'll ever have while the show was running, because they had one before the show premiered, and they might have one after, you never know, but this is the only time they're ever going to have a panel where it's happening during the running of the show, which is kind of depressing, honestly. It's kind of depressing. And I think there's going to be more stuff that they'll get to do at the Gallery Nucleus event that is happening later this month, and I still don't know if I'm going to that or not. I want to see if I can go there, but that's a long trip. That's all the way in California, and I don't know if I can afford that right now. Regardless, though, the Season 3 hype is higher than it has ever been, and it is less than 2 weeks away. It premieres 9 p.m. on Saturday. So we all know we're all going to be huddled around our TVs on Saturday at 9 p.m. because, hoo boy, I'm going to go crazy. And I'm going to stay up all night. Once it premieres, I'm going to watch it. I'm probably going to like skim through it again. And then I'm going to immediately make a video on it. So expect a video Sunday at like 4 in the morning. So like when you wake up Sunday, you'll have a video from me talking about it. Because I'm going to be going crazy after the hour. So the Sunday, the 16th, expect a video at like 4 or 5 in the morning of me talking about Thanks to Them. Because I'm just going to be absolutely freaking out about it. I already know. So yeah, definitely let me know what you think about these new clips. You can go search them up. There might even be some new ones that will release. Probably all stuff from that I was talking about, so even if I didn't show them here, just because I'm kind of recording this video a little early on, right after the Comic-Con just happened, so they might be releasing clips throughout the day, I don't really know. But regardless, the hype is here, and I could not be more excited, so definitely let me know your thoughts, because I just want to have a little discussion. I think this will be really fun. Anyway, I'll see you all later, everybody. I'm going to talk about the Mario movie in just a little bit, and some Big City Green stuff, And it just also, like, there's Total Drama even had a screenshot, so Total Drama's coming back. Like, there's so much to talk about, so we're gonna be busy here for a little bit. just you look forward to all this new content. So yeah, that'll be for me. I'll see you all later, everybody. Look forward to the Owl House on the 15th. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.